It was the stormy season on the island of Sodor. Strong winds blew fiercely and made life difficult for the engines. Because of this, the Fat Controller had a bell fitted to the viaduct on the main line. This was so that, when it rained, it would let an engine and his crew know whenever the wind was too strong for them to cross safely. But the way Gordon was talking, you would have thought the Fat Controller only put the bell there to show how important he was.
"Wind? Ha!" said Gordon one morning. "Wind would never be able to harm an engine as strong as me."
Duck rolled his eyes.
"What about the time the wind stole your dome on the viaduct?" he remarked. "Wind can be just as powerful as engines, you know."
Gordon remembered his incident on the viaduct and hated being reminded of it.
"Paw!" wheezed Gordon. "I don't need advice on how to run my trains, thank you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got an express to pull."
And he hissed his way out of the sheds. Duck stayed where he was.
"Don't say I didn't warn you,"
he muttered darkly. Soon, Gordon was thundering down the line with the express as the wind and rain howled through his funnel. He thought it would blow away any minute now.
"I can't see! I can't see!"
grumbled Gordon. Nor could his driver.
"Come on, old boy," said his driver. "We're nearly at the station now."
Gordon sped by the windmill when suddenly his driver heard something growing louder and louder through the wind.
"Goodness me!"
cried the driver. Up ahead on the viaduct, the bell was ringing frantically. The driver had no time to shut off steam, and as he shut his eyes in fear, Gordon picked up speed and hissed over the bridge with a roar. Thankfully, Gordon didn't come off and he reached the next station safely, but they were very tired. The driver opened his eyes and heaved a deep sigh of relief.
"Well done, Gordon," he said. "Thanks to your quick thinking, you prevented a nasty accident."
Gordon beamed.
"Wait until Duck hears about this," he said to himself.
The guard blew his whistle and Gordon set off once more. That night, Gordon boasted to the other engines.
"As powerful as engines indeed," he said. "I crossed that viaduct like it was nothing. You all should have been there."
James was starting to grow tired of Gordon keeping him awake.
"Stow it, Gordon,"
hissed James.
"You got lucky this time. If you hadn't been going so fast, you could have caused a serious accident."
Duck chimed in.
"And if you'd fallen off the viaduct and hurt your passengers, you wouldn't be boasting so much, now would you?"
But Duck had wasted his breath, as Gordon had fallen silently asleep, leaving a shed of furious engines behind. Next morning, the winds had gotten even worse as Gordon raced down the line with the express. He could hardly see as the cold rain splashed against his face. The driver quickly shut off steam as they approached the next station.
"All right, Gordon," said the driver. "I want you to try to make up for lost time, but the bell is still in place, so no record breaking."
But Gordon wasn't listening.
"James and Duck will be laughing on the other side of their smoke boxes,"
he thought as he set off again into the gale. Neither he nor his crew could have known that they would never even reach the viaduct. Near the viaduct, there were small hills with trees on either side, but the rain had weakened the ground underneath them. Suddenly, the roots gave way, and with a loud thud, one of the trees fell right onto the line. Meanwhile, Gordon, who still couldn't see the line ahead of him, was thundering along with the express. The driver was having difficulties of his own.
"Come on, Gordon, we're nearly there."
Then it happened. Gordon finally saw the uprooted tree right on their line.
"Stop! Stop!"
he cried. His driver frantically shut off steam and applied the brakes. Then he and the fireman jumped clear.
there was an ear-piercing smash!
Gordon opened his eyes and saw his two front wheels off the rails and broken wood scattered everywhere. He felt very silly. And who should come to his rescue but Boko and Duck? To make matters worse, for Gordon anyway, Boko stayed behind to help clear the wreckage, while Duck took Gordon to catch a train to the works at Edward Station.
Well, 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 chuckled Duck. You may not be stopped by wind, but I guess trees do the job just fine. Eh, Gordon?
After that, Gordon thought that maybe going to the works for a while wouldn't be so bad after all.